but it's a pass-run option, and Paul felt like, well, maybe I should throw it, then maybe I shouldn't. At the last minute, tried to throw it again, and at that time, it was too late to do it.
You look at those gloves. Is that tough to throw like that?
Well, some guys can, and some guys can't. Evidently, he must have a big hand because it's really tough to throw with those gloves on.
2nd and 10. Elkins with time. Complete. That's Perry, and he's inside the 30. Upended by Errol Tucker. Gain of 16. So after the turnover, Sacramento moving the football right back down the field.
They really are moving the ball, and they're doing some things they haven't done all year long either, like that halfback pass and also that tight end reverse. They're opening their offense up just a little bit, and that's something they have to do in order to get some things going. They've really lacked big plays this season, and they need to get some more big plays in order to get the ball in the end zone.
1st and 10 from the 28. Short drop, out pattern, complete to Parker.
That's complete to...
And they pick up 4 or 5 on the play.
Elkins really looks sharp tonight. He's not throwing the ball really deep down the field, but when he does throw the ball short, he's been very accurate with his passes. Here you see it's just a quick out to Carl Parker. This play is like a sweep. You know, you get 4 or 5 yards out of it. It's just like a running play, but it's a sure possession type of pass.
2nd and 6, and this is Frazier. And he's inside the 20, close to a first down. Massey and Sterling combined on the tackle. And Elkins so far 7 of 10 for 71 yards. Nice and steady. And they'll measure it. 5:10 left to play in the first half here in Orlando. Two tight ends now as they come up just short. Tony Burse and Mel Farr. And they start the play clock. Mike Elkins is doing a good job for Kay Stevenson on this drive. 3rd and less than 1. This is Frazier. Nice spin move. First down. And Frazier looks good coming off of IR.
He really does. He looks really quick tonight, and here he takes the play which is designed to hit off tackle, and he just slides outside, gets the necessary yardage for the first down. You've got an injured man down there.
One of the Orlando Thunder. So we have a break in the action here at the Citrus Bowl. Our score, Orlando 14, Sacramento 7. 4:41 to play in the first half. Back at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. The clock running inside 4:40 left to go in the first half, and back there on the bench, that's Tim Crawford, who left the field on his own power. 2nd man through. This is Frazier. And he's inside the 15, down to the 12. Steve Williams was the first man there, and Pete Nigerian, who is the defensive leader of this club, is on the sidelines.
Just a little bit dislocated. It's all right. It'll pop back in. I'll be ready for the second half.
And Nigerian should know. His father is the chief of surgery at the University of Minnesota, and Pete wants to go to medical school when he gets done playing football. 3-time academic All-American. This is Frazier, and a flag is down as Frazier powers his way to the 6.
Usually means holding when they call it down inside there. Nigerian might think that dislocation is
81 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
And that's Mel Farr.
Believe me, I know about dislocations, and they're not just going to be all right. You know, especially if you're a quarterback. I missed the last part of our season with a dislocated thumb, but
those linebackers are a little bit different. They like to have that extra cast on there,
right?
Extra power.
Plus, they can tape it up where I can't.
So far, this drive, 9 plays. 2nd and 15. Elkins with time across the middle. and a nice defensive play by Rob Sterling, intended for Mel Farr.
Very good defensive play by Sterling as he comes right over the back of Farr, doesn't make any contact, knocks the ball away. Close to pass interference, but no pass interference, evidently.
Those quarterbacks always want that pass interference.
Oh, yes, we beg.
Third and 13 from the 20. Elkins out of the shotgun. Nice sidestep, some trouble to Parker, touchdown.
Great catch.
Nice catch by Carl Parker, and a good job by Elkins to avoid the pressure from Brian Covington. A 20-yard touchdown pass.
Well, watch Mike Elkins as this pressure is coming from both sides, but he shows that he's an experienced quarterback as he steps up in the pocket, finds Parker streaking across the field. Parker lays out, makes a great catch in the end zone for the touchdown.
5th touchdown reception of the year for Carl Parker. John Neese can tie it, and it's blocked. So with 2:51 left to go in the first half, our score, Orlando 14, Sacramento 13.
Skyhawks take on Elroy Harris and the Montreal Machine. World League Football on USA Monday.
Watch the nice catch by Carl Parker.
Well, he just has man-for-man coverage, and he just runs a crossing route across the field. Steve Williams takes a bad angle to the ball like he was going to undercut it and pick it off, but the ball was far enough out in front of Parker for where he makes the diving catch in the end zone for the touchdown.
5th straight game that Carl Parker has a touchdown reception. And a squib kick by John Neese, and Errol Tucker has it, and Tucker with some running room. Across the 40, and a nice return by Errol Tucker, who used to return punts for the Buffalo Bills a couple of years ago. And another look at the blocked extra point, Winford Bryant, number 70, with the big hands.
Well, this is an area where Sacramento's had a lot of problems in their special teams the last 2 weeks, and Winford Bryant comes right up the middle, gets that big paw up, and makes the block. I don't think you can blame the kicker on that one when you got that kind of penetration.
First and 10 Orlando from their own 43-yard line.
Thigh bruise on the opening kickoff. And after the 37-yard return, 1st and 10 for Orlando. Bell survives the first wave. Someone hanging on him, gets rid of it. Great play, and credit Kerwin Bell. Byron Williams with the catch. Nate Hill was hanging all over Kerwin Bell.
Just a great job of athletic ability here by Kerwin Bell. Watch him drop back, tries to run out of the pocket. Big Nate Hill has him, but he lobs it up there for Byron Williams, who gets behind the defensive back and makes a great catch. These are the type of plays that the Orlando Thunder need to get this thing going.
Gain of 36 yards, and that is the 2-minute warning. Our score here at the Citrus Bowl, the Thunder 14, the same here at the Citrus Bowl. Bill McAtee and Warren Moon with you. And remember, the guy hanging on Kerwin Bell here weighs about 310. Big Nate Hill, and he still manages to get rid of him.
And throws a shot right on the line to Byron Williams, who gets behind Mike Adams, the defensive back. Just a great play by Kerwin Bell, because these are the things they didn't think he could do, run out of the pocket and make things happen. But these are also the type of plays you can't coach. You can't coach a guy to do something like that. He's got to have that inside.
Bell 6 of 9 for 94 yards and a touchdown. Bell complete. Chris Roscoe, and he's out close to another first down.
Kerwin really looks a lot more relaxed tonight, and he's really taking advantage of his deep receivers and his underneath ones. And here he comes underneath to Chris Roscoe, who's running a little delay route where he comes back to the outside, throws the ball right on the numbers. Roscoe turns upfield, makes a good gain on first down.
Gain of 8, bringing up 2nd and 2. 4 wide receivers. And this is Mitchell on the little Statue of Liberty, and he's got a touchdown. Eric Mitchell.
Has he been impressive tonight?
Let's take another look at the touchdown, the second of the night from Eric Mitchell, and watch Byron Williams, number 88, a good block, and John Guerrero, number 61.
Well, they lined Mitchell up in the slot to the left and faked the run to the left and brought Mitchell back around on the reverse, and he just shows great moves as he runs the football. I mean, he really makes people miss.
Bauman's extra point is good with 1:45 left to play in the first half. The Thunder 21, Sacramento 13. For Eric Mitchell out of the University of Oklahoma, 5 carries, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And remember, Eric had only 54 yards coming in tonight, so he has doubled his output for the season.
Well, up until the night, they've used him mainly as a third down receiver, and Coach Matthews feels like he's one of the best third down backs coming out of the backfield in all of football, not just in the World League. And he really has great moves. He runs good pass routes, and tonight he's showing his running ability as well.
Just keep in mind, you can expect the onside kick at any time from Don Matthews. Bauman gets good leg into this one. It's taken at the 3 by Frazier. Tries to turn the corner and can't. Swarmed under at the 17 and a late flag. Chris Jackson was the first man there. Let's check the flag.
Personal foul. 37, unnecessary roughness. 15 yards and a first down.
And that was Tommy Stowers. Let's see if we can pick it up.
But just a little too over-aggressive by Tommy Stowers that time. It was a good play by the coverage going down the field that time, and he had Frazier one-on-one in the open field, made the great tackle, but we got a little unnecessary roughness on number 37, Tommy Stowers.
Stowers, a headhunter on those special teams, a backup fullback. 1:38 left on the clock in the first half. Plenty of time for Mike Elkins and company. Trailing by 8. Elkins chased out of the pocket. Keeps it and runs out of bounds at the 31. Winford Bryant was hot in pursuit. Winford Bryant, the man who blocked the extra point. 1:30 left to play in the first half here, and at the Meadowlands, late in the second quarter, still 3-0 at the 2-minute warning of the first half.
Still plenty of time for Sacramento to get a drive mounted here and get a score before the half.
Elkins. Complete, big hit. Mel Forrest still on his feet. And out of bounds at the 48.
Got a man down.
Gain of 14. And Winford Bryant was down momentarily, but is now up.
Mike Elkins does a great job in the pocket of double clutching and stepping up and throwing a good shot there to Farr, and Farr really shows where the weight advantage came to his advantage right there as he bounces off a defender and gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Very heads-up play by Mel Farr Jr.
It's Steve Williams who goes 190. Farr goes about 237. So close to a 50-pound weight advantage for Mel Farr.
And he needed it there because of the amount of velocity behind that hit by Williams, but he bounced right off of it.
And coming up at halftime, the Reebok halftime report on Stan Gelbaugh, quarterback from the London Monarchs, who has led London to a record of 7-0. And highlights from this afternoon's game between San Antonio and Barcelona. Here at the Citrus Bowl, 1:21 left to go in the first half. From the 47, Elkins will operate out of the shotgun, 1st and 10. just ran out, and a late flag. Bryant was the first man there.
Also number 92, Henry Brown. Well, he had some time, but the pocket just collapsed on him that time. And Thunder finally got some heat back there on Elkins. Elkins has been able to do a pretty good job of getting rid of the football. When he hasn't been able to get rid of it, he's been able to roll out of the pocket. That time, the pocket collapsed on him. We got a holding penalty.
Holding call. (1:16) left to play, and 2nd and 17 now from the 40. Sacramento with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. From the shotgun, Elkins fires outside. That's Burst still on his feet. And out across midfield down to the 48. Billy Owens made the stop, a gain of 13.
Well, Elkins goes out to Burst this time in the right flat, and he does a good job of avoiding the first defender and getting down the field and getting out of bounds. It's a good job of getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Looks like he was kind of knocked out of bounds that time.
Burst, a good all-purpose back out of Middle Tennessee State. They didn't keep any tight ends. They used all converted running backs in the tight end position. And this is Burst in motion. Quick pass, bobbled, and Victor Floyd is down. He hung on.
They're calling that a catch.
And the Orlando fans wondering, well, if you call it a catch, why isn't it a fumble?
Well, if the ball was hit by the ground and the ground caused the fumble, then it's not a fumble.
No instant replay in the World League. Elkins up in a hurry. 50 seconds left in the first half. The clock stops while they move the chains, and now it starts. Elkins with time. Complete.
Colin Sumner on the reception.
Colin Sumner made the catch, and he's the son of Surge defensive coordinator Charlie Sumner.
Get a job any way you can, Bill.
Okay, Mike, let's go 687. Down with 687.
And that's Case Stevenson calling in the play from the sidelines.
687 means the play 6, 8, and 7 are pass routes. All their routes are numbered, and depending on what those numbers mean is what routes the receivers are going to run.
44 seconds left to play in the first half. Elkins going for it all, and his receiver gave up. That was far. And Elkins can only stand in frustration. Brian Covington had the coverage, but Farr just stopped running at about the 5-yard line.
Spread 0968.
Sounds like he's going to spread them out in a spread formation. He's got one guy going deep and another receiver coming underneath. So I think his option is to go deep and then come underneath to the shorter receiver.
On 2nd and 10, nice defensive play. Credit Errol Tucker on the pass intended for Carl Parker.
Well, Parker just runs here about a 17 to 18-yard in route, and just good coverage here. Good coverage by Earl Tucker as he comes right across, no contact, bats the ball down. Good play by Earl Tucker.
And that brings up 3rd and 10 from the 30. Elkins with time, fires, complete. Frazier, and he is stopped just short of a touchdown at the 1. The clock will stop as they move the chains after the gain of 29. Mike Nettles saved the touchdown.
Man, what a shot by Elkins this time as he drops back and throws a rope. As Frazier's knifing between 2 defensive players, makes the catch, does a good job of running, and look at the determination here trying to get in the end zone. Comes up just a little bit short. That was a very accurate pass that time, and great concentration by Frazier to come up with that catch because it went right past the defender's hand. Good run after the catch, and like I said, great determination trying to get in that end zone for the touchdown, but he came up a little bit short.
This has been an impressive drive by Sacramento, and they take their first time out. First and goal from the 1, 24 seconds remaining here in the first half. And so far, this has been a very crisp ball game. Both quarterbacks have looked sharp.
Both quarterbacks have really looked sharp. They've thrown the ball to the right people. They've thrown it accurately. And there's been some good plays after the catch, and that's what a quarterback has to have. Once he makes his job done as far as getting the ball there, then the receiver has to make something happen once he catches the ball. And that's definitely been happening tonight.
Sacramento hasn't scored more than 17 points in the first half all year. They get a touchdown here. They probably have 20. And touchdown. Victor Floyd from the 1. That quiets things down here a bit in the Citrus Bowl.
It's basically the same play they scored on earlier with Paul Frazier, only this time is Victor Floyd going behind Big John Stevens and Richard Stevens and John Buttenberg on the left side of the offensive line. Just good blocks at the point of attack, makes the job easy for your running back.
And Sacramento takes a timeout. They were all set up to go for 2. They are 1 for 1 in 2-point conversion attempts. And that was a crucial one. It forced the overtime period against Barcelona. They used their second timeout to talk about it. Down 21-19.
Very impressive drive by that man, number 10, Mike Elkins, that time. He did everything he had to do to get his team down the field, and his receivers did good jobs of catching the ball and getting out of bounds to preserve time on the clock, and he only had to use 1 timeout. So that's a great job of engineering a drive and also utilizing the clock.
Mike Elkins, 13 of 19 for 170 yards. And in the run and shoot in Houston, what do you do from the 3?
Well, we're usually going to throw it, but you never know. Depends on what the defense gives you. But here, they have a lot of options, and I think they'll try and do something with Carl Parker. He's been a guy that's been pretty sure for him. I think they'll try and use Frazier out of the backfield.
They went to Parker for 2 against Barcelona. Elkins, short drop. He wants Parker, and it's batted away. Tony Massey batted the football away, and Parker was covered.
It looked like they thought they were going to get man coverage that time, and they didn't. It was zone.
21 seconds left in the first half. Orlando 21, Sacramento 19 after the 2-point conversion fails. But Mike Elkins has done an excellent job tonight, and a good crowd on hand here at the Citrus Bowl.
Well, he wanted Parker all the way that time, and probably should have come off of him after they dropped into a zone. I really think he thought they were going to get man coverage and he'd be able to beat his defender, but tried to force that ball in the middle that time, and Massey batted it down. Here you can see Parker trying to come inside, but there's just a mass of bodies in there, and Massey almost picks that ball off. Elkins probably shouldn't have thrown that ball. That's probably one of the worst decisions he's made tonight.
Don Matthews on the Orlando sideline. Former defensive coordinator for many years in the Canadian Football League and then a head coach. And he says that it's easier to design an offensive playbook because he knows what defenses have trouble with.
Well, that certainly helps, knowing what hurts you as far as the defensive coach is concerned, and that makes you draw up your offense to the things that have hurt your defense over the years. John
Neese will kick. Good high kick taken at the 1 by Harold Tucker. Tucker jukes around and gets out across the 20 with 14 seconds left to play in an action-filled first half, and we have a late flag.
Penalty flag on the field.
Play's getting a little steamy down there. These players are really emotional, and this is a good close ball game, and they both know what's at stake as far as this game is concerned. If you lose this one, you're pretty much out of the race. You win it, you're right in the thick of the race for the playoff.
Absolutely. It's hard to believe.
Number 30. No, just 30.
Both these clubs at 2 and 5. .14 seconds left to go in the first half, and Do you crank one up just before halftime, or do you take a knee?
I'm up 21-19. I'd go ahead and run the clock out, not take any unnecessary chances, unless you just throw one real deep. But it looks like they're going to down it right here.
And that's exactly what Kerwin Bell does. And the clock will run out. But lots of scoring here in the first half at the Citrus Bowl. 19. And some of the fans, everyone seems to be into it tonight.
Been a pretty well played game tonight thus far. Only one turnover by Sacramento earlier in the ball game, but they've been able to overcome that with some great play by Mike Elkins and Carl Parker, and Mel Farr's had a couple of good catches, and it's really been a well-played ball game. And both teams have showed that they do have a chance for the playoffs, and they're not going to give up yet.
Last home game of the season for Orlando. Bauman squibs this one. It's taken by Frazier at the 9. And he's across the 30, still on his feet and brought down at the 36. And Sacramento, remember, has struggled offensively for most of the year. As you look at the halftime stats and the number there, the rushing yardage, Orlando 157 to 64, and Sacramento with a 60-yard edge in passing. Sacramento's last 4 possessions in the first half: touchdown, punt, touchdown, touchdown. But they have yet to score all year here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 36. Elkins. Complete. That's bursts across midfield. And a flag. Tony Burst out of Middle Tennessee State, a 16-yard gain. We'll check the flag.
Illegal contact, number 27 on the defense. Penalties declined. First down.
Penalty is declined. So the gain will stand. Sacramento will have the ball now at the Orlando 48-yard line. Elkins, who has run a crisp offense tonight. 1st and 10. Setting up the screen. That's Mel Farr. A bunch of flags go down.
Looks like he might have had a man illegally downfield before the actual play was completed. And that sometimes happens when the
on the
time
offense.
is.
Ineligible receiver downfield. It's a 10-yard penalty. Loss of down.
Richard Stevenson out in a hurry, and you saw the Orlando bench take it back.
The timing of this play was thrown off when Elkins had to pump, and the linemen are taught to go 1, 2, 3 counts and then go downfield and block someone. That time they did that, but the play took a little longer to develop, and they were downfield caught blocking before the play was complete. So we have 2nd and 20 as opposed to maybe 2nd and 2.
Ball is at the 42-yard line. Split backs. Elkins, deep drop. Bryant is coming, and he overthrows Burst.
He was upset on that when he knew he had Burst wide open over there in the right flat, and he just kind of rushed the ball and it took off on him a little bit. There was good pressure coming around him, and I think he felt he had more pressure than he really had. His offensive line did a good job of keeping people away from him.
Kay Stevenson, and he hasn't seen his offense perform like this all year. But this third quarter has been deadly for Sacramento. No points. No points this season. 13-15. Orlando's coming. Incomplete. Intended for Derek Holloway. And Elkins did a good job just getting rid of the football.
Well, that's a good down sometimes to blitz on 3rd and extra long, and even though they might completed the ball, you just get a short gain. You don't get the 20 yards that you need in order to get the first down. So that was a good call there by the Orlando defense.
Brian Covington was the man applying the pressure. John Neese now will punt. 4th and long, and it's blocked. Touchdown, Thunder! Chris Jackson on the punt, blocked by Mike Nettles.
There you can see Nettles. He was a trailer on that play. The one man in front of him took out the guy that was responsible for him, and he came right behind him, blocks the punt. An alert Chris Jackson picks it up, runs in for the touchdown. Big play on the special teams. The special teams again hurt the Sacramento Surge.
Bauman's extra point attempt, and this is good. And Jackson, a running back, so he knew what to do once he got to the football. The Thunder extends their lead to 28-19, 12:40 left to go in the third quarter. Right side of your screen, Mike Nettles.
But Nettles comes through the same gap and just makes the block. Great block by Nettles, and then is scooped up by an alert Chris Jackson. He knows what to do with it when he gets it in his hands. Touchdown.
And special teams continues to be a problem for Sacramento. They had 2 returns for touchdowns out across the 30 near the 35. 25-yard return. And this is the way the game started. Orlando with a quick touchdown, but Sacramento came back. 12:30 left to go in the third quarter.
1st and 10 Sacramento from their own.
And this third quarter continues to hunt the Sacramento Surge. They started out with a block punt, give up a touchdown. They still have not scored in the third quarter this season.
Elkins, plenty of time, throws back to Farr. Farr is tripped up as he crosses the 40 by Errol Tucker, who made a nice open field tackle.
Very nice open field tackle by Errol Tucker that time, as Mel Farr, who's a big man and also has good running ability, he makes the tackle in the open field.
Meanwhile, Derek Holloway, let's take a look at it. He looked open. Saw Rob Sterling closing, but for a moment, Holloway was open. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. This is Victor Floyd, and he's close to a first down. Tripped up by Robert Presburn.
25-yard line, brought down by Steve Williams.
Chris Jackson just scored a touchdown, his first of the year.
Chris Jackson's getting a lot of playing time tonight because of the injury to Carl Painter early in the ball game, and because he was in there on the special teams that time, he got a chance to get a touchdown.
1st and 10 from the 45. Draw, this is Burse. And he's stopped after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
787 Reed.
There's just a lot of confusion in the middle of that line because the Thunder defense is lining up so many people right between the center and guard gaps, and really making it difficult for them to sort out the guys they're supposed to block. The Sacramento Surge's offensive line, they're having a tough time sorting all those guys out.
Backers are up. Elkins gets rid of it and throws it away. Mel Farr was in the area, but Wayne Davis, number 57, was coming hard.
Let's go fly loaded right.
Elkins did a good job that time of standing in there and delivering that ball, but just a fraction of a hair late where he might have had a man open. That ball sailed a little bit behind him.
Was that fly loaded right play coming in from the sidelines?
Fly loaded right.
Burse comes in motion, and he's at the right side. This one is up in the air and intercepted. Willie Walker. Let's take a look at this. A flag is down, but
Ball looked like it bounced off someone's helmet. Popped straight up into the air.
exactly what looked like happened. They're going to have to unsort this. Bill Parkinson, the referee. The ball did hit somebody in the back of the head.
I'm trying to figure out who he was trying to throw that ball to. There was nothing but linemen standing there.
Willie Walker, credit him with the interception. Let's take another look at it.
Here you can see the pressure he has. Oh, he's trying to hit his receiver coming underneath and just didn't get the ball high enough.
That looked like Curtis Wilson, the center. 10:05 left to play in the third quarter. Orlando 28, Sacramento 19. We'll be back.
Drawn by desire until a murder came between them. Web of Deceit, tomorrow at 7.
Willie Walker out of the University of North Carolina.
I'll be home tomorrow, Grandma, so I hope you good, baby.
He'll be home tomorrow for Mother's Day. And meanwhile, watch this.
Watch this bonehead play by number 80, Derek Holloway, as he comes up from behind and just smashes Rob Sterling in the back of the head. Had nothing to do with the play.
Retaliation, no doubt. Meanwhile, Kerwin Bell complete to Chris Roscoe, and he's inside the 30 and a first down. Now let's go to New York and Diana Nyad with an update.
Well, Bill, it's a hard-hitting defensive game up at the Meadowlands tonight. London up 3-0, top of the third. Jeff Alexander sweeps right through the blitzing Knights and scores the first TD of the evening for either team on a 41-yard run. It's 9-zip, London.
And Kerwin Bell hands off to Eric Mitchell, and he is out of bounds after another first down. And I'll tell you, the Monarchs look tough.
Boy, a great job of running by Eric Mitchell that time as he turned the corner, somehow stayed in bounds, danced his way down that sideline for about a 12-yard gain and a first down.
You talk about that European division. How frustrating would it be to have the third best record in the league and not make the playoffs?
And that definitely can't happen the way the system is set up with the three top teams making the playoffs and one wild card.
Mitchell over 100 yards now, 110 yards on the night. This is Myron Jones, and he dances his way down to the 12.
Eric Mitchell really reminds me a lot of Eric Metcalf from the Cleveland Browns. He's got those great swivel hips when he runs the football, even wears the same number 21. Great moves when he gets in the secondary.
And he is second on the team in receiving with 26 catches coming in tonight. So similar to Metcalf, good all-purpose back. 2nd and 5 now from the 11. Bell, fade pattern.
Oh!
And they rule it incomplete. Mike Adams had the coverage. Bruce Lesane is the man who did make a great catch.
Well, Bell shows a good job of here, all-out blitz, and he just gets it up in the air. Good touch on the football. Let's see if he has it long enough here for the touchdown. He's got it. Didn't have control of it.
Bobbled it on the way down.
That was a good job by Mike Adams of getting that ball out of there.
So 3rd and 5, 7:50 left to play, third quarter. Bell with time, lobs it incomplete. And that was intended for Williams. I think Byron should have had that one.
And that's what we talked about earlier. He'll make the great catch for you sometimes, but sometimes he'll drop the easy one. And that was definitely an easy thrown ball, nice and soft. Should have made the catch and had the first down.
So Charlie Ballman will come on now to attempt a 29-yard field goal. Ballman hasn't missed this year inside the 40. And it's good. So with 7:17 left to play in the third quarter, Orlando extends its lead to 31-19. As the fireworks go off here at the Citrus Bowl, and we'll be back in a moment on USA.